One of my favorite things ever is Star Trek. I've been reading a lot of Star Trek for years. I grew up with it. It was something I gravitated toward because of my dad. And my sister and I, as of the time of this recording, have been on a mini Star Trek film marathon starting with 2009, followed that up with Into Darkness, Wrath of Khan. We're currently, as of the time of this recording, watching Search for Spock, and I've been reading a lot of, Star Trek fiction, as I say. Just recently got this recently debuted spin-off series from another novel series I absolutely love, with 8 novels to complete them, Star Trek Vanguard. This is called Seekers, obviously, Book 1, Second Nature by David Mack. And prior to that, I was actually reading Corps of Engineers, and I love Star Trek, and watching these films again, because I sometimes wait a little while and then go back to them. Just the scoring, the awe and wonder and the mystery, the exploration aspects, the humanity, and just all of those things. I mean, everything is represented, from artistry to life and death, and philosophy and religion, and the idea of utopia, and utopia sort of becoming less than what that should be, and everything. Everything is represented. TOS is my favorite series, with Enterprise coming a close second, because I found Enterprise at a time when, my parents had just passed away, and we had to get out of our house and get an apartment, and I was fighting the state to keep my sister and I together and everything. So every week, Enterprise episodes were my solace and my comfort. And those 2 series, TOS and Enterprise, are the only 2, plus the animated series, that I've seen in their entirety. There are lots of episodes of The Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager that I've unfortunately had to miss, and I really hope someday to get the full season, boxes for each of those, to see all the stuff that I missed and everything, because they all, I love them all for what they are, essentially. And there are issues I have with any of them on and off from time to time, but I feel like I'd be a completely different person if I hadn't had Star Trek in my life, much as Doctor Who has become a passion of mine in the last, 5 or so years, and comic book stuff and geeky stuff has been all my life, But Star Trek has always been the tried and true thing I always fall back on, as far as it gives me semblance, and it gives me peace of mind. It provokes thought and thinking and philosophizing and all these kinds of things. And yeah, boldly going, man.